Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of my tool bag loadouts. This is my Veto Pro-Pac Tech-Pac Blackout. I've had this bag for about a year and a half. It's a great bag, absolutely fantastic bag, really worth the money. About £280 if you can get hold of one. They're normally sold out everywhere, but so I've had this about a year and a half now. I replaced my Velocity Rogue 6.0 with this bag. I bought the Velocity first because I saw the price of these and I was a bit unsure about it. So the Velocity was a little bit cheaper. That was a great bag as well, but this is just a little bit better thought out. I think the pockets are laid out a bit better. I think it just looks a bit nicer. And the Velocity is a bit bigger than this, and this weighs about 30 kilos, so I think the Velocity weighed a bit more. I was able to get more in it, which is not always a good thing, but this is about right for me as it is now. It changes all the time just depending on what I'm doing, but this is how it is at the minute. I'll start on the outside. So on the front, got a Milwaukee tape. This doesn't always live on here, it does sometimes live on the tape clip, but I use this to drop a drill on, or impact wrench, or whatever I'm doing at the time. So if I'm using the tape clip up, then the tape sits on the front. I'll take that off. On the side, I've got the Milwaukee M12 Bluetooth speaker. That sort of just lives on there all the time. Just drop a battery in the bottom of it, so I've always got music wherever I'm working. It's important for me, to be honest. Days get quite long, so it's always important to have the music on. But that just lives on the side. Take that off. On the tape clip, I've got the M18 Fuel hammer drill from Milwaukee. I think that's the best drill out on the market for the size of it, the power. What it does, it's really good. Really only ever gets used to drill through steel. The odd little DIY stuff around the house, but normally gets pretty heavy use and it really stands up to it. LED on the front, 2 speeds, a really nice clip, which does clip absolutely perfectly on there. You can clip. I do also like to keep the sort of impact wrench on the side of there as well, if I'm not going to use that. But any of the Milwaukee tools clips nicely onto the side of this bag. Got a pair of gloves. I've got 2 pairs of gloves. These are a thicker thermal pair, and I've got the thinner pair. Obviously, I don't really like to wear gloves that much because I like to feel what I'm doing. But sometimes, if you're outside and it's absolutely freezing cold, you need a pair of these, or a pair of these, depending on what you're doing. If it's delicate work, you're going to need a thinner pair of gloves. Take it off. Inside, just got a pen, just a green Milwaukee marker. It's not really, I've got nowhere else to keep it, so I'll keep it in there. This side, I'll take these off top. Got the Unilight pen light, nice and bright, 3 settings on it. Takes AAA batteries, only about 14 quid. Really nice inspection light. I've got a snap-on nylon hammer, or rubberized hammer, 2 ends on it. So depending on what you're using it, if you're using it on like a lighter surface, obviously use the lighter end. If you're using it on a dark surface, use the black end. These heads are interchangeable when they get too battered, which is nice. Really nice hammer, nice weight. What weight is it? It's 16 ounces. They do a bigger one of these. I think they do a 32 ounce version of this hammer, and they do loads of other. You've got the ball peen hammers, you've got the just the big dead blow hammers. But for me, for what I do, this suits me. Just a tape clip, a couple of rolls of tape on there. Normally get used as a first aid kit, but does also get used for you know, wiring, just general purpose really. You know, you always need some tape. Got loads of this. I'll run out of it quite quickly. And I've got a couple of more markers in there. So I've got the blue and the red. Just keep them in there. In the front, in this pocket, I don't actually keep anything in here normally. It's just, I normally just stick my bank cards or keys or something in there while I'm working, just so they don't get lost. And a bottle opener attached to there as well, because you'd always need a bottle opener. You never know when you need a cold beer. In this front drop down pocket, don't normally keep anything in here. It's normally reserved for paperwork and stuff, so whenever I need it in the mornings, just drop the paperwork in there or take it home, whatever. It's just nice. Or if I've got any other loose bits and bobs that I know I need to take with me and I haven't got any spare hands to carry it, just chuck it in there. Front velcro pocket, a couple of little sort of stretchy neck pockets in there. Keep a set of headphones. Again, you never know when you know, it's always about music for me. And if I can't have a speaker on, I'll stick the headphones on. Got a phone charger in there. Keep a phone charger in all my bags, just in case. Always need your phone on, and I can always use my batteries, my power tool batteries as portable chargers, so I know I've always got power. And also in there I've got a magnetizer, demagnetizer, nice and handy depending on what you're working on. If you're working on delicate stuff, delicate electrics, you don't want a magnetic field, you can demagnetize it. But I believe this is exactly the same as the Wera version, just not branded up. Looking at it, it looks exactly the same. This is just about £5 from Amazon, but it's nice to have. It's a bit bulky. There are smaller versions out there. I do keep a smaller version as well, but just in there anyway. It lives in there, I've got nowhere to keep it. So opening up the front of the bag. Obviously, as with the Vetos, if you're familiar, you get this little strap which is used to hold this. You can use this as a bit of a work tray. Just move this a bit closer. Most of these tools, as I said in my last video, most of my tools are automotive tools. Obviously I'm a bit of a mobile mechanic, doing my little project builds and stuff like that as well, but my day-to-day work is gym equipment, and all of this stuff is what I use in that day-to-day work. So starting on the top row, starting on the left side, got a spare fastback knife. I do keep a newer version of this, the newest version, the 6-in-1. I've got that in my smaller bags, but this is my spare knife. I'm always end up working with someone that doesn't carry a knife, so this normally gets loaned out to them. Or if I'm just closer to this bag, and you know, I can grab the knife quickly, I'll keep that in there. Selection of extensions. It's got these are snap-on. Got a 6-inch, 3 and a 4-inch extension. These are all the Wobble Plus. When you're working mobile and you haven't got access to all your tools, it's nice to just keep sort of, you know, universal tools. So, you know, if you need a bit of a wobble, you can always just drop that out a little bit and you've got that play on there. Or if you need a solid extension, just pop it in and it's nice and solid. So I'll keep those in there. I've got these 2 ratchets in here next. Now this is a really nice ratchet. It's a 1/4 inch magnetic bit ratchet, so it'll accept any 1/4 inch bit, 1/4 inch extension. As with, oh, forgot to mention, obviously it's a snap-on, as most things in this bag, and as with snap-on, you always can get nice quality. What can I say? It's really nice. It's a bit like the Wera tools, but just better, to be honest. Stronger. You don't feel like you're going to break it. You can put loads of torque on it. It's really good. Now, I thought I'd lost this a while back, so what I did was I bought another one. Now, I then found my other one again. So I had this customised. So this is now a 3/8 ratchet head. Took this to my local snap-on man, and he was able to take the head out, took the 1/4 inch bit head out, and we got a 3/8 head to fit in it. So this is not a tool you can buy. This is not available from Snap-on at all. It's a totally custom made tool. There are similar out there, but not in this configuration with the red handle and the size. So most of my sockets and bits and stuff are 3/8. So if I need a little ratchet to get into a tight space, there it is. Really, really nice. Everyone, you know, everyone loves using this tool. It's really nice. Got a Milwaukee right angle adapter. Obviously this goes in the end of an impact gun or a drill, and it just allows you to get into tight spaces. You put your impact gun on there, turn that, and that turns it 90 degrees, and then you put your bit driver in there, magnetic bit in there. Got a set of 4 Snap-on micro screwdrivers. So I've got the larger 2 in here. So they're it's a Phillips number 1 and a, what size is that? 3/16 flathead screwdriver. This normally gets used for just opening stuff up. Use more of a pick than anything, but it's, you know, it's really nice to have. Nice set. So I've got those 2, and then I've got the smaller pair. So that's a 1/8 size and a number 0 Phillips as well. So any delicate work, that's what they get used for, and then just general opening stuff up, picking stuff up, popping little covers off and stuff like that. They're nice. They've got really, really nice sharp tip on them, so you don't tend to damage anything you're working on because you can be really accurate with it. Next to those, got a stubby number 2 Phillips. This is exactly what it says on the tin, Snap-on as well. Really, really loads of grip on the end. This is like laser etched. Never comes out. It's a really, really nice screwdriver to use if you're in a tight space. Next row down, start with this side. We'll start in the front actually, because they're in the way. So I'll take out this. This is a ratchet spanner set. Like that. So we've got there is an 8 in there, but it's tucked down a bit further. So it's 8 to 8. Missing out the 9, and then it's 10 to 19. Snap-on ratchet spanner. So it's just the it's not the reversible one. So if you do need to reverse it, you just flip it over and use the other side. But as you'd expect with Snap-on, it's a really, really lovely tool. Not cheap. I think this set, this is a few £100s. I think this is about £300 for a set. I bought these independently rather than shelling out all at once. But it's yeah. As you'd expect, you pay the price, but you get what you're paying for. Lovely, lovely finish on them. Lovely, lovely shine. Lovely ratchet action. A little bit longer than sort of your normal ratchet spanner. So if you bought a sort of an equivalent ratchet spanner, this is a 19mm. Normal 19mm come to about where my finger is there. So this just gives you that extra bit of torque, and it does make a massive difference, to be honest, when you're opening. You know, when you're undoing really tight fasteners. So really love these. For anything bigger than 19, got one of these. So this is the Wera Joker self-setting spanner. This is the extra large version. 604 XL. You see that? So this is a self-setting spanner. So to put it on the bolt, you push your thumb, and it widens these jaws as you turn it. You drop it onto whatever you're using, and you let go, and it'll just set to the size. And then as long as you're turning in the direction of the arrow, so you've got an arrow on there like that. So if you can see it, yeah. So as long as you turn in the direction of the arrow, these jaws stay locked. And then when you turn back the other way, the action of that allows these jaws to open just enough. It slips around the bolt, and then you can lock on and tighten it again. So you can use it as a ratchet. So to save me carrying a 20, 21, 22, 23 and a 24mm spanner, I use this. It's not perfect, it does slip occasionally, but when you're limited to weight and space, These are really good to have. They do a full set, which I don't have the rest of the set, because to be honest, it's the only one I need. But I do just prefer to have the right size spanner for the job. But they are good. So if you do need, if you're limited on space and you need, different spanner sizes, these are good little tools. They look nice, nice design on them, nice feel to it. Yeah, can't moan too much about that. In here, now I've done a bit of a change around with this. So this, if you saw my last video, I do have I've got a smaller bag, just dedicated to pliers. So what I've done actually, this was originally a set of 4 circuit pliers, Knipex circuit pliers. So there's the one. This tends to be the one I use all the time. So I've left these in here because they're the most commonly used. And what I've done is I've replaced the other pockets. So I've got the 180 pliers wrench in there. I've got the 180 Cobras. They stay in there, they fit in there absolutely perfectly, like they were made for it. And these get used really commonly as well. I've then got the circuit pliers. These are the most commonly used ones I need in my job. I do use the others, but not so often, so I'll keep them in the little overflow bag. And then I've also got in here, these are really nice. These are made by a Japanese company, Engineer, and they're E-clip pliers. I use E-clips a lot in my job. So as you can see, there's like a little indent on there. They're like a flat-edged plier with a little indent. So you can drop an E-clip into there. It gets secured in. You can see very well. Put that there. So it gets secured in, and when you close it, it's locked in that gap there, and you can push it and pull it. Really nice, secure. These are magnetic ends as well, so you're unlikely to drop it. And I always find myself stabbing myself in the fingers with a screwdriver or something like that when I'm trying to apply E-clips. So I bought these. These are about £17. Bought these, and I bought the smaller size, and they're really good. They're really nice tool. Look nice, lovely finish, lovely motion. Really nice. Engineer make a lot of nice pliers. They make the van pliers and a few other things like that. I'm going to probably invest in some more of those tools. We'll get some videos of them up when I buy them, but yeah, keep those in there. In this row, start this side. So I've got the number 1 Phillips longer screwdriver. This is the cabinet style snap-on screwdriver, instinct handle, nice soft grip. Most people say who use these are the best screwdrivers they've ever used. They're really nice. You get really lovely grip on them, loads of torque, and a nice laser etched edge. This is worn down quite a bit actually. It's just getting quite a lot of use, so I'll probably have to replace this at some point. But it's a lovely screwdriver. Next to that, I'll keep a this is a 1/4 inch locking head socket holder. So on here at the minute I'll keep this is a 1/4 inch bit adapter, so you can put a 1/4 inch hex bit in the end of there and use that as a screwdriver with hex bits or Torx bits, or whatever you like. But if you pull this down, you can pop that off, and then you can drop any 1/4 inch socket on the end of there as well. This is again, I thought I'd lost one of these, so I bought another, so I've now got 2. So I keep one in my small bag on my little 1/4 inch ratchet, and I keep one in here on this, because I always found myself swapping in between the 2 anyway. So keep that on there, and that locks on. It's not going to come off. Same with any socket. So if you're if you need to drive a little nut in a delicate area, drop the 1/4 inch socket on the end of there, and there you go. It's a sort of a one tool fits all job, rather than having multiple nut drivers or multiple screwdrivers. You can put it all in there. Got the long, this is number 2 Phillips. This is probably the most commonly used screwdriver in the bag. Again, snap-on soft grip instinct handle. It's the cabinet style screwdriver from Snap-on, rather than the one with the sort of the hex there for the extra torque. This one's a bit more delicate. It's got the longer shaft, just allows you to get not into deep places. So a lot of the stuff I do involves plastics and recessed screws in plastics. So this allows you to get right in there and get to the screw without any, what's the word? Without any intrusion or anything like that. And I've got a 3/8 flathead screwdriver. This does tend to get used more as a pry bar than anything else. I know you shouldn't, but that's what it's used for. Honestly, that's what I bought it for. Again, it's the Instinct handle. Really nice handle, large handle. Nice thing about these screwdrivers is the handles go up in size as the size of the driver does. So this is it's just got the hex on there, so you can get a spanner on there and give it more torque when you're turning it. Sometimes gets used for actually screwing, but it's normally for prying or levering or that sort of stuff. Couple more ratchets. So this is the sort of everyday ratchet, most commonly used one. It's a 3/8 soft handle, sort of standard length snap-on ratchet. It is what it is, as you'd expect. 80 tooth, lovely ratchet, really tight swing. Lovely nice handle. Had to have this rebuilt once because I broke the I snapped this off it by accident by standing on it when it was on the floor at a dodgy angle, and I snapped that off. No quibbles at all. Just got the all the internals replaced free of charge. Obviously lifetime warranty on it, but that's the day-to-day everyday ratchet. Next one is slightly longer. This is the locking flex head. So it's a 3/8 again, as with most of the sockets in the bag. They're all 3/8. Same again, 80 tooth, lovely motion. It's got the locking flex head, so at the minute it's locked in. If you pull this down and to the right, that unlocks it. So you can leave it in the unlocked position, brake calipers, stuff like that, getting behind them. Or you can have it at whatever angle you want. You can lock it back, and then that's fixed in at that angle, which is nice. Always not been a massive fan of flex head ratchets because of the fact that they move, but these locking ones from Snap-on are really good. Nice red handle to match a few of the other ratchets, and this is sort of the collection I'm going for now at the minute. So all the other ratchets that I purchased going forward will have this red hard handle. But yeah, that's that. Again, not cheap. I think these retail at about £180. I think the last ratchet I showed you was about 150, but you do get what you pay for. If I was to add up all the money in this bag, I'd probably probably be a little bit upset about how much I've spent, but I think if your tools are making you money, then you should spend the money on them. In here, got a nice big rail. This is a Sealy Premier socket rail. These come in packs of 2. They're about £30 for a pack of 2. I'll be honest, they're the best socket rail I've ever used. It's magnetic, so if you want to drop this into a toolbox, you can. It'll fit straight into a toolbox. It's got a really strong magnet. I'll just show you with those. So that will hold. Well, if I attach it, that will hold a full set of 3/8 on it on the bottom of it. But this has just got various bits. It's got a few select deep sockets that I tend to use quite often. It's got what's that, a 14, 15, 16, a 17 and a 21. Some Torx bits. These are only cheap Torx ones. These tend to get used more as extractors than anything else. So if a hex screws a bit rounded off, I tend to just hammer one of these in, get a nice tight fit on it, and then just get it out. So these just get battered a bit. For normally when I'm using Torx bits, it's a bit more delicate, and I use the smaller 1/4 inch stuff. Got the adapter on there, so two condensated. So I've got 3/8 to the 1/2 inch reducers. I do carry the odd 1/2 inch socket, and if I need to use it on the end of a ratchet rather than on the end of an impact gun, obviously that comes in handy, and vice versa. Here we've got this is a 8 to 19 set of Snap-on shallow 3/8 sockets. That's it. That is what it says on the tin. Obviously these get used for everything. They are snap-on. They are fantastic quality. They clip on really nicely to the ratchet. Just got a nice feel to them. Look nice. Again, a bit spenny. They're about, I don't know, it's about 170 quid for that set. But yeah. Next to those, these are some stubby hex keys. So these are made by Franklin. That's a UK company based in Sheffield. Made in the UK. These are really nice. I think these are about 35 quid for a set. It runs from 4mm all the way up to 12mm. Doesn't miss out any sizes. Some of these never get used, but it's a nice set. It comes in like a rectangular foam tray when you buy it, so it's good for a toolbox. I still got a tray, but for the bag, obviously I need to keep them vertical, so I'll slot in a pocket. But these are really nice. They're the shortest stubby sockets I've ever seen, I think. If I just compare it, if I just get a snap-on out. So that's a snap-on 8mm, and as you can see, the depth of the whole socket is the same as just the chrome bit of the snap-on socket. The snap-on stubbies, they still have the same size chrome, but then they have a stubby insert. So this whole socket is smaller than just that piece on there, which is really handy. Like I say, you know, great tool, worth a buy. Get them on Amazon. They've got their own website, or eBay. But yeah, Franklin. These are made by. They do a set of Torx bits as well, which I've got. Don't keep them in the bag because I tend to look after them a bit more than the Torx bits that I keep in here. But they're the same profile. They make all the other tools as well. They make all you know, ratchets, standard size bits, normal sockets. But for stubbies, I think these are the best you can get. As you've seen, I've just pulled out. I've got a. This is a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4mm snap-on 3/8. These are what they say. Nice, nice sort of gold finish on them. Does wear off a bit when you can see on the regularly used ones, but you know, lovely socket. Is what it is. Again, not cheap. Set of that's about 160, I think. Daft, really, when you think about it. But I'm a bit of a collector, so so I'll pay it anyway. But they're regularly used. Yeah. And then a set of, same again, snap-on. These are the Imperial hex keys. So the last set were metric. These are Imperials. Again, don't want to even think about the price. These are bought independently, so I bought them individually. Some of these came from the States. Some I've got from my local snap-on guy, some off eBay. It's just very difficult to find a full set in the UK without paying full retail price, because the full retail price on this is nearly £200. So and they're always on back order because they're not popular, because obviously we don't use much Imperial sizes over here, but a lot of the stuff I do is American made, so I need them because there's a lot of American style fasteners on there. But yeah, a couple of these are from the States. But yeah, complete set. I think that's it for that. Yeah, there's nothing more in there. I'll keep a few silica pads in there just to keep the moisture out of the bag as best as I can. You know, if it gets left in the van and stuff like that on a cold day, the bound to get some moisture, but I try my best. Another bigger one in there. Little top tip, honestly. If you ever buy a pair of shoes, or you know, get your missus handbag or whatever, keep these and stick them in your tool bags, because it does help with the rust. In this front pocket, take that off. In there, this is just a bit odds and sods. Got some clips for hooking stuff onto the bag or anywhere else, onto my keys. Just bought a pack of 20 off Amazon. So I'll keep them in there. This is a really nice bit of kit. This is a 3/8 magnetic adapter. So this will drop onto the end of your ratchet. This is a magnet, nice and strong. I'll just show you. I'll get a socket. So you take your socket, take your adapter, drop that through the middle, and then you've got basically a magnetic socket. It's a really nice strong magnet. So if you're working in tight places or somewhere that you don't want to drop a bolt, drop that on the end of there, and it really, you know, it secures on there really nicely, and it limits that possibility for dropping it. A couple of large sockets. I've got another. This is a 3/8 Imperial hex. This is a commonly used size, so what I tend to do is keep this on. I might have this on the end of a ratchet or also on the end of an impact gun. So I've got 2 of these. I also bought one. I think I got one from Snap-on. It was on back order, and I didn't think it was going to turn up, so I bought another one from the States, and then lo and behold, it turned up. So I've got 2. No point sending it back. It's nice to have in case I lose one as well. 21mm, just a shallow 21mm, gets used quite a lot. Anything else in there? Another little silica pad. Gucci, that one. You've got to keep your designer gear in your bag. I'll do that up and move on to the other side. A nice clasp on the Veto bags. This sort of hooks into the handle and drops down. Really nice padding on there. Like I say, this gets really heavy, as you can see from what's in it, and this padding is really comfortable on your back no matter what the weight is. Got some cable ties in there. They're normally tucked away. I do normally keep these. These are normally kept in this pocket down here. Back of it. These are normally kept in there, but I was using them the other day, so they're out in a minute. While we're on this pocket, this normally gets. This is spare parts, so I keep just these little clip bags with spare like plastic grommets, screws, stuff like that. Just keep all them in there. Open this front pouch up. Got a couple of spare rolls of tape. Got some epoxy resin. So this is like a 2-part job. Mix these 2 together and it becomes like an absolute concrete. So if you're gluing plastics back together, to be honest, I think you stick to anything. So metal, plastic, masonry, whatever. If you need to glue something back together again, this is the stuff. I've got some spare batteries in there for my uni light, packs of 3. A couple of little drill bits. That's it in there. A little tube for the penetrating spray. Speaking of which, just use this. Any spray will do, but obviously we always need some penetrating spray. Give these a little coat. Give your tools a little coat with this. Keeps the rust off them. Or you know, for lubricating, getting bolts off, whatever. Just a multi-purpose spray. I've got the Milwaukee Fuel high-speed cordless ratchet. So it's locked in at the minute. If we undo that, I'll release it. LED light on there. Battery indicator on the back. Charge this up actually. Is what it is. They do a few of these models. Cheaper ones, more expensive ones. This is the high-speed version. So they do a fuel with a bigger head with more torque, but this is the fastest. So for me, I'll use this for running bolts in and running them out. If I need to do something up tight, I'll get it to where it needs to be, and then I'll use it as a conventional ratchet and just give it that last few turns what I need. Battery charger. So this is a rapid charger. M18 and M12 batteries because I use both. I've got this is the Wera advent calendar, latest one, 2021. So it's a precision screwdriver set with a few larger ones. Nice VDE flathead. It's got an 8 and 10 joker, which is a nice little spanner, and a magnetizer demagnetizer on it. Use this really often. I'll be honest, I didn't open the advent calendar like I should have, just got it and opened it up because I needed the tools. But it's a nice little set, as always from Wera. It's in a lovely pouch, looks nice, well designed. Yeah, that's that. Does get used for delicate stuff from working on circuit boards or like in-car electrics or whatever. This always gets pulled out. Milwaukee shockwave box. This sort of gets changed around a bit. This is like my little overflow box. So I've got some spares in there. Got spare bits, some Wera hexes in there, some other bits and bobs. Spare screws and washers. A random die. Some longer hexes, so I've got 4, 5 and 6 Wera and 50mm hex for getting in them tight spots. A couple of 1/2 inch impact extensions, and then just a bit of an overflow of spare size. So this is an Imperial hex key set. I do have a metric, but a few of these have been got lost, gone missing, using other stuff, so I do need to replenish that. Some spare Phillips bits, and we've got a set of these are security Torx bits. So the Torx bit with the little hole in the middle of them. So a few commonly used drill bits, but yeah, keep that in there. This always gets changed about. There's always stuff in and out of it. I've got some cone bits in here. Set of 3. They're not expensive, these ones. You can spend a lot of money on these, but these are about 25 quid for the set. They're really, really good. I've got no comments against them at the minute. 3 different sizes. You don't have measurements on these, so you do just have to sort of guide it by eye, drill straight through, and then when you get to the width you want, you stop. But to be honest, I think that makes them, they just eat through steel. You know, really quite. I've used these on quite a thick steel, and they've really not struggled at all. Just from B&Q, I think these were. Got some talcum powder. Multiple uses for this, but a lot of stuff I work on, sort of gym equipment wise, uses rubber belts, and this is good to just dry them out a little bit if they've been left and they've got a bit damp and there's a lot of condensation inside. Pop a bit of this on it, and it just dries that belt out quickly. Stops the noise, just makes them run a lot smoother. Just worth having. Load of cable ties. Let's go with the larger ones in there. I think that's it for that bit. Yeah. I don't really use these much. I like to keep my bits a bit more organised, keep them in boxes. But there's a couple of drill bits in there. But yeah, these rarely get used. In the back of here, I've got a little hacksaw. I do keep a wire brush in there as well, but that's out at the minute. There's normally that and a wire brush in there. Just keeps them out of the way so you don't get caught on them if you're reaching in the bag and hurt yourself. Yeah, that's it. I'm always sort of buying new bits and bobs, so this is always get changed around a bit. So I try and keep updated on it. There's never like a refresh. I've got a new bag coming soon as well. I've got the I'm going to have the Tech-Pac, the new Veto MCT Blackout. So they're little sort of over the shoulder tech bag. They've done a Blackout version of that. I've pre-ordered that, so that'll be coming, should be coming March. So I'll be loading that out. So I'll do a little video on that. Got a few more bits and bobs coming all the time, and I'll do a video on my pack out system as well. With all the power tools in it and the bigger tools, the 1/2 inch tools. So I'll have a video of those coming. I apologise, there's no content on the caddy this week. Weather's not been ideal, so I've been away all week working, and it's been raining all weekend, so I've not been able to get any work done. But I'm also waiting for some parts for it as well. So I'm going to wait till I get all the parts in this week, and then next weekend we should have a couple of videos out on that. Should have the front end complete with the bumper, We should have all new disc and pads on it as well. New rear beam hopefully as well. So we'll have videos on that. So stay tuned. And that's it for now. If you like the video, please do like it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I really want to grow this. I want to have loads of tool content, loads of car content, loads of van content. So yeah, please subscribe. Please help me out. And yeah, any comments, please put them in. I'm always active. I'm always looking. So I'll get back to all your comments. Yeah, that's it for me. Thank you very much.